So today we lost what a lot of people are saying is the most powerful vice president the country's ever had. Dick Cheney, he died at 84. Obviously, I'll remember him as the person who uh, fathered Liz Cheney, who's a horrible traitor and, just a nasty person. And then his other daughter was a lesbian person who disappointed me even more, to be honest, because when they told me, oh, he's got a lesbian daughter, I said, well, let me look to see if she has any movies on the websites I go to. And it turns out she was more of an MSNBC, CNN type of lesbian, not so much a adult film lesbian. So that was almost more disappointing. Liz Cheney, I like the fact that she was sort of blonde and kind of put together. Some of the blacks for Trump, like the maybe more thickness in terms of the build. It's not my type, but I thought, okay, this is maybe somebody I can work with. And it turns out she was a horrible traitor who believed in the Constitution over Trump, which is a horrible thing. The Constitution is paper, okay? It's called paper. I'm a person with great talent and great patriotism, so how the hell are you going to pick paper over a person? It's a very stupid, nasty thing, and that's why we're seeing if we can undo Sleepy Joe's pardons and go after her with tremendous patriotic strength. But Dick Cheney was a vice president. They say strongest ever in terms of that's because he had a stupid president, uh, named George W. Bush, who made some of the worst, maybe other than Sleepy Joe, the worst president I've seen. And, but he was smart. He sort of took control. He took this dummy from Texas and sort of manipulated him. So I have to respect that. And I also respect the fact that, with the war in Iraq, which was horrible, at least he managed to steer tremendous amounts of wealth to companies he was involved in and other companies that he liked. So I appreciate that. I think in terms of strength, that was very strong. Um, I think I wouldn't have done well with a vice president like him. I would have fired him like a dog. But I'm smart, unlike George W. Bush. But he died, and he was a Republican. He was anti-Trump, but he killed enough brown people. He was corrupt enough that I still want to honor. I want to honor him. I think it's right to honor him. Not everybody's perfect. I think he would have been somebody who'd be very proud of all the things we're doing now in terms of grift and murder. We're bombing Venezuelan boats. That's I don't know. He's got to be somewhere enjoying that, I guess. But overall, you know, I don't like his daughters. I didn't like the fact that he didn't support me. But we're doing half flags because, he was a strong vice president. Although at truck stops, they say Mike Pence was the strongest vice president.